What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The David Lopez Show, presented by Passion Park ENT. You know what it is. I am glad to be back. It's wonderful to be back. It's been a very eventful week in my world, also an eventful week in the real world, an eventful week in the sports world. On this show, we're really going to talk about my world and the sports world. So we're going to get into that. But before we do, real quick, I'm just going to mention, I guess I'll mention my websites, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Go to www.thedavidlopez.com if you want to hear any of my music. Check out any of my music videos or any of my albums, anything like that. That would mean a lot. Everybody who listens, it really does mean a lot. I know for the past year, I was doing a song a month, and I kind of said that I was going to keep that up, and I really apologize for letting anybody down who was waiting because I didn't release a song in August. And in all honesty, I'm probably not going to release a song in September either. The truth of the matter is I am building up an arsenal, should I say. I am not just making a lot of music, and then you can expect I don't know why I'm saying we, but really me. I don't have a manager. I got my team is my friends. I hit them up. We talk. But this is my shit. Dropping it how we want to drop it. But I came up with a new strategy. I guess I struggle to say because it's a strategy that other people have used as well. But that being said, my new strategy and release strategy, with that, I want to just have a lot of music. So you can expect a lot of music from me will be coming out. But I'm really just trying to stock up and make a lot of stuff right now, and a lot of dope, like really high quality stuff. Working with people, talking to people. And collaborating. So stay tuned. I don't have a start for my release for all these songs. I don't really know. I want to build up a certain amount. I have made a list. I have a board, a poster board that I have notes on that where me and my friends are coming up with song topics and ideas. And I'm just trying to make a lot of music, and then I'll end up releasing a lot of music, and it's going to work. I know it's going to catch on, and the fan base is going to grow. So I know that's going to work. So stay tuned is all I would say. But if you go to thedavidlopez.com, you can catch up with all of my music that's already out, and there's a lot of it. So please do that. It means the world. And then if you go to passionparkent.com, you can watch all of my film projects. I've made a short film. I've made a web series. And then this podcast, all those episodes, we're coming up on 100, as you can tell here. And so I'm excited for that. And then also, we just have a bunch of other stuff on the website. So just go check out passionparkent.com. There's a merch store on there as well, so you can get your own swag. This is the old logo, but we got the new logo as well, so you can pick up some of that gear. Anyways, let's get into it.
David Lopez is the name. It's my show. Welcome to it.
So I want to start with something pretty interesting. It was an interesting week in my life. I'm sorry, I'm staring at my phone during this, but I'm pulling this up and I keep missing it. It was an interesting week in my life as my wife and I experienced a home invasion, and it actually made the news here, and they interviewed me. So I was gonna pull this up because there's one funny segment that I'm gonna talk about it real quick, but just real. I was trying to be lighthearted in the interview. You know what? Before we play this clip, I'll give some context to it. What happened was my wife and I are sleeping. It's late at night. And basically we wake up in the morning at 6:30, 7 in the morning. She goes downstairs and she sees a pair of boots just sitting there. And we're like, what? And she yells up to me. She's like, David, there's just a pair. She yells. She's scared right away. She says, a pair of work boots. What the fuck? So I run down and she's like, oh shit, all her actually a lot of her masks, we have masks now, and then everything that was on the table was thrown around. We're like, what the fuck? Her computer was gone, her purse was gone, and my wallet was gone. And then we didn't even notice, and then all of a sudden we were like, oh, my car keys are gone. And we look in my garage, and my car was gone because he went out to the garage. So this dude snuck in when we were sleeping, super fucking creepy. We don't exactly know how he got in. He got in through the back door some way. It looks like there's some marks on the door. Look, the human error maybe was unlocked. We really don't think it was. Whatever. That's besides the point. It was a scary situation. We're just happy to be safe. We didn't have to deal with anything. But it was weird because my wife posted it in the neighborhood. There's a neighborhood watch page or some shit. I don't know. I'm not in it. But she posted it, and then the neighborhood blew up about it. And then all of a sudden a news reporter reaches out to us. So he was like, we want to talk about this situation on the news. Because I guess there's a lot of these situations happen, but the fact that this guy hit the fucking jackpot. He walked right into our kitchen, got the shit, got the right the fuck out. I mean, it was bogus. It's more creepy on the fact that they got into our house. I'm just happy nothing bad happened. But they caught the cool thing is they caught this motherfucker. They found my car and caught this motherfucker the same day. So that shit was kind of wild. Yeah. But anyways, we don't need to make a big thing about that. I do want to say thank you for all the people who were wishing us, sending us well wishes. Some people like sent us just like house gifts and just like people just like showed a lot of love towards us. Cause it's a scary situation for sure. Like, it's our home, and we're like, it's a pretty new home for us too. So to have to go through this is scary, but like, we're going to, we change the locks, get more security. We're doing all this stuff, to ensure, our security a little bit more. And it's scary. So, beware out there, just be careful, make sure you lock your doors and do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause people are out there, people are desperate and shit. Anyways, I got to do this interview in my backyard. This guy comes by. It was a cool experience. The dude was really nice. Shout out to Aaron Mabin is his name for Fox 6 here in Milwaukee. Super nice dude. We had a long chat. Some of the stuff that didn't make it was like where I was talking about, because in that group, that like neighborhood group that my wife is in, like some of the people in there, you know how people are on social media. Some of the people in there are like, oh, we're gonna find this dude, we're gonna beat his ass, we're gonna do this shit ourselves. We're out looking for him and shit. And I well-spirited, trying to stick up for us, really, but like, man, you don't need to do that shit. Like, don't take this in your own hands. You don't need to do all that. This dude was wilding. He was on a spree. He went on a couple more burglaries right after it. I mean, he's gonna get his, but like, that's what I was trying to say in the interview. Like, man, you guys calm down. You don't need to do that. But anyways, I was trying to be really positive. I mean, in all honesty, I wasn't so much trying to be really positive. I wasn't in a super angry state even after something like this happened. My car gets stolen, like it was all material things. I'm just happy that nothing had to happen. There was no altercation. There was nothing like that. I didn't wake up angry. I woke up, I was, trying to make sure the whole house was safe, looking around, doing all that. But then I wasn't like angry at the person. I was just happy that we were safe and a little distraught and like concerned. But like my thought didn't go to that. My thought was like, we're good. We're going to be all right. These things happen. Life is crazy. It's not cool. I'm not like advocating, and allowing it and say burglary is okay. It's like whatever, it's just going to happen. But I am aware that these things happen in life. So it's an experience. Yeah. And I don't want to go through, being bitter or resented. I mean, like we know who the guy is. He got caught. Hopefully, everything works out and people can be, whatever. The neighborhood is safer. I just don't want to harbor that resentment anyways. But that being said, I did also want to be positive in the news segment. I didn't want to be like, we got to get these criminals, we got to do all that. And I was just in a, for being robbed that day, I guess I was in a pretty lighthearted mood. And I was willing to talk with the reporter. I suppose I could have said no. Because my one friend was like, you guys got, like joking around with me. And somebody said that in the Facebook too, like, got him, like about getting robbed, whatever. Yeah, like, I mean, I don't care. You can say that too, but I also want people to be aware, like, you guys, just aware of the situation and hopefully prevent this shit from happening more. Cause it does kind of suck. We had to make a bunch of phone calls, cancel all our credit cards and shit. And just go through all that shit and insurance taking care of shit. And I got to get my car worked on and fucking weird situation. But anyways, I'm going to play this real quick clip because, I don't know. You guys can make fun of me. My wife was making fun of me. Let's hear it.
Individual is caught, so he can't, do the same
serious here.
Damage to another home and another family.
Lopez says the break-in happened while he and his wife were sound asleep upstairs.
We didn't hear anything, though, which is scary. Scary.
When the couple woke up, they realized important belongings were missing.
And then we started to notice laptop gone, her purse gone, my wallet gone.
A neighbor's home surveillance camera helping Lopez and police piece together the crime, capturing a suspect lurking through the darkness before 4 a.m. Lopez says after the suspect stole his keys, he made his way into a locked garage, eventually pulling away with the couple's car.
I did like my Kia. I liked my Kia, drove good, parked good. But nothing in the grand scheme of things. I'm okay. I'm just happy like we're safe.
And focused.
I drove good, parked good. That's what everybody's making fun of me. They're like, why'd you say park good? I was just messing around. And because the goddamn car does park good. I used to have a Ford Taurus. That shit was like a boat. It was like one of those big ass boats. And I liked the car. I really did. But it was a bitch to parallel park in the city. Now I got this little Kia Optima swerving, gets good gas mileage. And I always like the way it parks. I don't know, but that's why I was just messing around. So I just wanted to play that for you guys real quick, give you guys a little update, and really say thank you guys for all the well wishes, everybody who's been very nice to us, as we go through this. But like I said, we are just happy that this didn't end in a much worse fashion, and we're lucky in that regard. This was just maybe hopefully just a hiccup and just a little kickstart towards getting a better security system and doing all that. So I would say, be aware of everything. Remember, like, this is, like I said in that interview in there, like, this is extreme time. I don't think I kept it. It was at the end of it, but this is an extreme time. So, like, shit, I mean, look, there's going to be robberies that happen either way, but people are more willing to do shit. It feels like right now, like, this dude was super casual in our neighborhood, just like out and about doing this in the middle of the night. So, I mean, I don't know. Just be careful. Just be aware. That's all I'm saying. And plus, I just wanted to give you guys a little update on what's going on in my life and what happened with us this week. And if you noticed in that clip, I did put on a Fashion Park hoodie. Like, I did do that right before he said we're gonna do this interview, and I was like, all right, we got this Passion Park hoodie, put this shit on. So gotta give it a little love. But yeah, I don't know. Thank you for that. The rest of this episode today is going to be Week 2 NFL picks. You know what it is. Bears got the victory in Week 1. We are happy about that as Chicago fans. My wife's a Packers fan. Packers got a victory too, so they're happy about that. Whatever. We'll see. They don't meet actually until much later in the season, so then we'll have those fun intermarriage arguments about Bears-Packers. But for now, we're just a happy NFC North family, and I'm just happy to have football back. I think a lot of us are. I'm still focused on the NBA playoffs for the most part, so we're going to have another NBA episode coming here. But excuse me, man. We're going to have another NBA episode coming here tonight/tomorrow as well, because we're in the middle of the conference finals. So we'll be doing that. But the NFL season started. What a plethora of sports things that are happening right now. We are entertained if we are sports fans right now. It's pretty cool. I mean, there's just so many things going on. Baseball's winding up here soon. Cubs' magic number is 8. White Sox are about to clinch a playoff spot. It's crazy. And then the NFL just started, and then the NBA's in the conference finals. Awesome if you're a sports fan. Those are the particular sports that I'm talking about. But the other sports are going on crazy too. There's been a lot of tennis stuff, golf action. Everything's happening despite the world going crazy and in flames. But this episode today is going to be the Week 2 NFL picks. We started off last week, and we're going to do it like we did last year every single damn week. I am going to make the picks. We're going to do it. So this is the Week 2 picks. So I hope you all enjoy. I'm going to send it over to myself on a Zoom so you can see the screen as we make the picks. All right, enjoy. All right, we are back for Week 2 picks. What's up, everybody? I hope you're just as excited as me for tonight's Thursday night football matchup. I'm kidding, but not really. Because, I am excited to have Thursday night football back. That's nice. It's nice to have just weekly NFL football back, and just like the multitude of sports that are going on right now is pretty phenomenal. So I like that. Not the best matchup, I'd say, for tonight's game, but if you're an Ohioan or you live in Ohio or a native Ohioan, however the hell you want to say that, then you might be interested for this Bengals-Browns game tonight. But before we get into all the picks, I just want to mention how I did last week. And, we got 10 out of 16. I said we because I said the picks with you guys, not like you guys chimed in, but you could chime in, I suppose, if you want. Or you could talk shit to me about how terrible my picks are. We got 10 out of 16, which finished in my league tied for third place with a bunch of people. So 10 is decent. It's not the worst, obviously, and it's not the best. But the winner got 12. They actually tied with somebody, and they had to use the tiebreaker to break that. The tiebreaker was the Steelers-Giants game from Monday night. That was the first of the doubleheader. And you had to pick the exact score, right? I picked it as 19-10. And in the fourth quarter, interestingly enough, it was 19-10 for a brief moment. So I was like, oh shit, maybe it didn't end at that. Both teams ended up scoring again. I think I kind of tuned the game out, but I'm pretty sure both teams ended up scoring again. So it didn't wind up being that score. And it wouldn't have mattered anyways, because I only had 10. Those guys had 12. But like I said, not the worst start to the season. We're going to get a victory this week, though. We're going to get a dub. I can feel it. I feel it in the air. And what an interesting week 1 there was. A lot of highlights to start to talk about, and I'll talk about them team by team as I go through the games, as I usually do. So we're going to start with, like I said, tonight's Thursday Night Football whopper of a matchup in this all-Ohio thriller. Bengals-Browns. So week one, I picked Joe Burrow and the Bengals, and they lost, but they did cover. So I was good because I did choose that. I had that red zone preview, as I think everybody did. So for the day, so I did get to see Joe Burrow's like final drive when they're trying to go down and win the game or tie it, and their kicker missed. But he looked great. He looked crispy in that final drive, like 2-minute drive. Didn't look nervous, rusty at all. I think he's going to be good. I didn't get to watch the rest of the game, obviously, and it was a low-scoring game, so it's not like he came in a blazing and threw for 4 touchdowns. But I liked what I saw from when I did get to see. And the Browns just got their ass handed to them, as you would expect from the Ravens. But man, it was, what was it, 43-6 or some shit? I don't even know what the score was, but it was a whopper. Anyways, Cleveland is favored tonight by 5.5, so they got to win by 6 if you pick them. I mean, I think everything I just stated right there leans me towards Bengals. I just don't trust the Browns, and I kind of like Joe Burrow more than I like Baker Mayfield, despite Baker Mayfield having more experience in the NFL. Sorry, Baker, I don't got much trust for you. I'm going Bengals. I'm going Bengals on this. And if I'm just going to give a off the top of my dome pick right here, I think that the Browns will win this game, but it's going to be close. That's what I think. I think the Bengals are going to have one of those years. Like, they're still not going to be really good. Burrow's young, but he's going to be in a lot of games because he's poised and can stay in the games. He made one bad mistake in his first game. I did see that, where he tried to, like, flip it when he was on the run. He should have just thrown it away, and it was an interception in the other team's territory. Like, so, I mean, he can't make many of those mistakes, but I think he's going to keep those controlled, and he'll keep this game somewhat close. But I think the Browns are going to find a way to win. Otherwise, all hell breaks loose in Cleveland for the second year in a row. But I'm still picking Cincinnati to stay within 6 or 5.5, should I say. All right, moving on here. Falcons Cowboys. This is a nice little matchup. I was wrong on the Falcons last week. They played the Seahawks. I thought they would keep it close. The Seahawks really put it to their ass. And as most people thought, the Falcons defense didn't look good, but their offense looked decent. Now they're playing the Cowboys, who the Cowboys, once again, I mean, they're always just like weirdly in the news. I mean, they have a brand new coach, Mike McCarthy. They struggled in their Sunday night game, and they lost to the Rams. And the Rams should be good. So, I mean, that's not the worst loss they could have. But they can't lose to the Falcons. If they lose to the Falcons here and go 0-2, they are going to be all over the news. I mean, they're already – I mean, those sports shows in the morning, you know, Stephen A. Smith in the morning or Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp in the morning, the two hottest commodities that they always talk about are the Cowboys and the Lakers. And both teams are playing at the same time right now. So if the Cowboys go to 0-2 and the Lakers, I mean, Lakers are whatever. They're going to be talking about it for the next 2 weeks anyways because the conference finals are about to start. But if the Cowboys go into oh, God, we're not going to hear the end of it. Anyways, I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to win. I think they're going to beat the Falcons, but they got to beat them by 6 to make this happen. And you know what? I'm going to go once again with the underdog on this. I'm going with the Falcons. I don't know why I'm going week 2 in like 2 weeks in a row picking the Falcons. I really this is already leaving a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know, but I'm going for it. Yeah, I'm going for it. At the end of this, by the way, I'm going to give you guys a couple. I'm going to just talk about my actual gambling experiences this past weekend, because for those who are aware, in the state of Illinois now, sports gambling is legal. So I've utilized my DraftKings and FanDuel Sportsbook apps and had some fun on those. So we'll get to that at the end of the show. We're going to keep these picks moving. So like I said, I'm picking the Falcons there. Don't know. I'm not going to make a decision on whether or not I think the Cowboys or Falcons are going to win that game, but I'm picking the Falcons to keep it close. I'm tempted to say the Cowboys are going to win and say the same exact thing I just said as game 1, which I don't know. I don't know what's going on, guys. All right. Bills, Dolphins. What a whopping game here in the AFC East. I picked the Bills, and they came through for me last week. They got to win, once again, another 5.5, or they got to win this game by 6. Yeah, I like the Bills. Don't like the Dolphins. So, I mean, I think this is going to be simple. I think I'm going to pick the Bills. I think they're going to win this game by 7. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bills. Sticking with you guys again. Win by a touchdown, would you? Their defense is good enough where I think that can happen even if their offense doesn't score that many points. And the Dolphins aren't going to be good this year. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, we might get a couple of those Fitzmagic games. Let's just hope this isn't one of those right now. All right. Now we're talking, baby. To my game of last weekend, and obviously my game of this weekend, that Bears. Mitchell Trubisky. Wow. So, as you probably know, he made a wild comeback in the fourth quarter against the Lions. He scored 3 touchdowns. The Bears were down 17. They came back and won on an incredible Anthony Miller catch and throw. Great throw. Let's not forget that. We gotta give Mitch his props when he earns them, and he did for that fourth quarter. Look amazing. The Lions collapsed. I'm not the best at knowing coverages and all this stuff. I didn't play football, but I watch here, obviously. And I know everybody was talking about how Matt Patricia switched from zone to man, and they're like, what is he doing? And especially when they were winning so handily throughout the game. Bears defense didn't even look that great. The Lions marched down on them a couple times. And we got to remember, I mean, it's like we're giving Mitch praise for the fourth quarter, and I do give him praise. He is the reason we were also losing for the most part. I mean, I'm not saying he's the sole reason. Other things on the team weren't looking good. I didn't get to watch the whole game, unfortunately, but I got to see some. They actually showed a replay the other day, which was nice. And I mean, so it's not solely his fault, but he didn't look good. That offense looked terrible for most of the game. And then all of a sudden, the fourth quarter just turned on. I mean, people were calling for Foles to come in game one. I mean, so that's interesting. I am curious to see what's going to happen this week. I think a lot of predictions had the Bears starting 1-3, through their first 4 games. So the fact they already got their first victory is big time. Now they're going up against a Giants team who, frankly, I just think the Bears are better than the Giants. And they're favored by, once again, 5.5. I don't know what's going on here. They got to win this by 6. I'm going Bears here, guys. I'm going Bears. Of course I'm going Bears. I think they'll win this by 10. I think Mitch will play okay this week. He'll keep his job this week. He's not losing his job yet. I mean, that fourth quarter of week 1 against the Lions saved his early season exit, because I really think it was close to being like, we're not going to go with you for week 2. I mean, if they lose that game 23-13, even if the Bears only score 1 touchdown in the fourth, if they lose 23-6, I think he loses the job for week 2. If they lose 23-13, there's a chance. And then I think beyond that second touchdown in the fourth quarter he scored, I think secured him week 2, in my opinion. But I do think he's still kind of on the hook, but I think he earned himself. I don't think he's losing his job against the Giants. I predict the Bears will win this game by 10, like I said. Let's go Bears. Though the one note I will say is the Giants, they had one amazing drive against the Steelers. The Steelers have a great defense too. Steelers look like they're going to be good, especially if Roethlisberger can stay healthy and move around. He looks so old, but if he can stay healthy, they can be good. He had one great drive, ended up in an interception, unfortunately for Daniel Jones, but Danny Dimes. But they did march down the field, and I think he's the kind of guy where he can catch fire. And the Bears have shown that some teams can get down the field on him. There is a world where the Giants can score put up some points here. So I'm not completely saying this is an easy victory for the Bears, but I just think that they're going to come through and then start the season 2-0 to say fuck the haters, huh? Fuck the haters. Okay, we're going to move on. Broncos Steelers, as I just talked about, Ben Roethlisberger is back. He ended up with some great stats. I mean, if you're a fantasy guy and you had him, he had a good line. If you watched, it was like he found a groove. I don't know if that was the third quarter when he started to move a little bit smoother. He still looked slow nonetheless, but he had a scramble play that kind of really highlighted how old he was, but it kind of woke him up, I think, a little bit. I mean, if they can keep him protected and healthy, I think they're going to be pretty good. He's a big dude, man, a huge dude. Anyways, going into this game, the Steelers are favored here by 6.5, so they got to win by a touchdown over the Broncos. And the Broncos were a lot of people's sleeper team pick with Drew Lock as the quarterback. They started off 0-1 again this year. He's young, so he's going to have, ups and downs here, but I don't think against a veteran team, and that I think the Steelers are going to be good. They're going to win by a touchdown here. So I'm going Steelers on that pick. All right, moving on. Lions-Packers. Packers surprised people and looked way better than a lot of people thought. I still predicted they were going to have a good year, but Rodgers looked really crispy. I think I said this in week 1. I thought he was going to be angry all year, so I think he's going to perform pretty well. And he did, at least against the Vikings. But nobody ever trusts the Vikings. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, nobody trusts them. Anyways, Packers Lions, another division game, so this matters for the Bears. Theoretically, I suppose you want those teams to beat up on each other, so you want the Lions to beat the Packers. But I just do not see that happening. I mean, that collapse against the Bears for the Lions, if they don't recover well in this game, which I kind of don't think they're going to, I think the Packers are better. I think they're going to beat them. That fourth quarter could serve as just like a real dive into a shitty season that some people thought that maybe they would win the division this year. I don't see it happening. I got the Packers winning this game going up 2-0, but the spread is 6.5, so they got to win by 7, and I actually think the Lions are going to keep this close. So I'm going Lions on that pick. All right, moving on. Jags Titans. Big spread here. But the Jags came through last week and really surprised a lot of people. So they got a victory with Gardner Minshew coming through. And the Titans also got a victory. They're favored by 10.5, though. A lot of points. Got to win by 11. I'm going Jags to keep this within 11. That's the hope here. But I'm going Jags. Come on, Garner. Come on, mustache, Sir Minshew. Come through for me here. It's a wide spread. Wide. All right, moving on. Vikings, Colts. Colts are favored by 2.5. They got to win by 3 here. I am going to go with Minnesota on this. Yeah, they're actually the popular vote for the fans, as you can see on the screen here. This is leaving me the question here real quick. Big Indiana. No, I'm going Vikings. I'm going Vikings on this. I think they're going to get a victory. I think the NFC North is going to be a close division all season. I don't trust the Vikings in big games, but I think in these kind of games, they usually come through. So I'm going with them. And I'm a little surprised the Colts are favored, I guess. But Phillip Rivers, but I think he's done. I got Vikings. All right. Rams, Eagles. Eagles are getting a couple. Okay, so sorry, I just looked at that funny because I was just thinking Rams, Eagles. I was just thinking in my head. I was just going through it. I don't know what I really think about this game. I know that the Rams have to win by 2. Eagles are getting 1.5 here. And the Eagles blew a massive lead in game 1 against Washington. So that's a big, this is a big game for them to come back from that, to rally from that. And the Rams looked decent against the Cowboys and got the victory. So, what team do I think is going to have a better season, I guess, is a good way to go because I feel like these teams might be close. A lot of people are picking the Rams. I don't know why I keep saying a lot of people. I guess it's just some people that I listen to say like the Rams should be good. That whole NFC West should be good. I think this is a big game for the Eagles, and I think Carson Wentz is going to come through. I'm going with the Eagles on this game. 1.5 is basically a pick-up in my opinion. It pretty much is. I'm going with the Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to come through. Rams, screw you when you think they're going to be great. All right, Niners, Jets. All righty here. So the Niners both teams are 0-1. Jimmy G and the Niners did not look stunning. Like I said, Super Bowl hangover here. But are they going to beat the Jets here by 7? 6.5 is the spread. I'm going with the Niners. I think they will beat the Jets I just don't think the Jets are going to be very good again. It's pretty that simple. I'm just going to keep it moving. I think the Niners are going to win here. It's probably not going to be a game there's going to be that many highlights in. The Niners are going to win. All right, Panthers, Buccaneers. Man, touchdown Tommy let me down in week 1. Bucs are favored by 8.5, so they got to win by 9 against Carolina, who's obviously got an amazing running back in McCaffrey, and that right there can put up some points. The Panthers did put up some points with Teddy Bridgewater, his debut in game 1. They lost to the Raiders, but they put up some points. I was thinking they had 30 points. The Buccaneers did not look smooth. Touchdown Tommy did not look very smooth. And while I still think they're going to, come out, be decent, maybe finish the season 9-7, I don't want to doubt him too much, but I didn't like what I saw. 8.5 is a big spread. I'm going Carolina on this. All right, moving on. The Washington football team versus the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona looked pretty good. They did. Kyler Murray was running all over the place. Looked amazing. They got to beat Washington by a touchdown. Washington, like I said, made that comeback. Dwayne Haskins, I didn't really get to see any highlights, but I know they made a comeback. And most people are talking about the Eagles' collapse, but I'm sure there was some highlights for Dwayne Haskins there. I am going to stick with the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are going to have a very good year. Kyler Murray, kind of a breakout sophomore season for him. would be my prediction. Maybe top 5 MVP conversation if you have one of those 12 or 13 win seasons, and he's gonna get some crazy stats because that's just is gonna happen, I think. And he's really good. All right, moving on. Chiefs Chargers. Chargers getting 8.5. Chiefs got to win by 9. I don't think I'm picking against the Chiefs all season, so I'm going to keep it simple like that. In Mahomes, we trust. That's that simple. That's simple for me. And my 9, it's like a 2 minutes. 2 minutes in football time for them. They can get that real quick. So yeah, I'm going Chiefs. It's Chargers. Who's their quarterback? Tyrod Taylor. I mean, no. Sorry, Chiefs. That's it. Moving on. Ravens Texans. As I said, the Ravens went to work in week 1 against the Browns. They got to win by 7 against the Texans, against Deshaun. I like this. Lamar Jackson against Deshaun Watson. Pretty much the primetime game, I would say, but it's the 3:25 of your Central, 4:25, Eastern time game. So it's the game of the week kind of thing. Ravens Texans. I really like this. Ravens got to win by a touchdown, like I said. Texans don't want to go down to 0-2. But losing DeAndre Hopkins, I know, is bothering Deshaun Watson when he's looking for a receiver out there, especially with DeAndre Hopkins had 14 receptions in game 1 out there for Arizona and Kyler Murray. Another reason why Kyler might be in MVP talks because he's got an amazing receiver to go along with Fitzgerald, who doesn't seem to age. I'm going to go with the Ravens, though. I think the Ravens are going to have another one of those, 13-win seasons. I think they're going to be great. So I think they're going to win by a touchdown here. I think it'll be close, but, they'll come out above a touchdown. That's my prediction in that. All right. Moving on to the Sunday night football game. We got Patriots Seahawks, baby. Seahawks got to win this game by 5. Patriots are good 4.5 here. Seahawks looked pretty good. I mean, Russell Wilson apparently had an amazing game. I don't feel like I saw one highlight from it, but apparently he had a phenomenal game. I think he was 4 incompletions and 4 touchdowns, no turnovers. And they won against the Falcons pretty easily. Patriots and Cam Newton, you would think that I think the Patriots fans a lot of them have moved on from Tom Brady and now are making Cam Newton their new hero. I'm hearing some people saying let's extend him already. He looked pretty decent and they got the win, but let's remember though, they played the Dolphins. This is going to be a big test for them. They're playing the Seahawks, who are always good. I mean, Bill Belichick was buttering up Russell Wilson today. I heard that he was like, he doesn't get enough credit. He's underrated. He's one of the best quarterbacks. I feel like he's doing that so either their loss this weekend won't look that bad or he's really just trying to play some mind games. That's probably more of what it is. Actually, if I'm being honest, that's some media bullshit. I think Bill Belichick just said he's just saying that because that's just how he is. He's like, well, he's a great quarterback. He's underrated. He's amazing. I think he just meant that. That's it. That's that simple. I was just trying to make a story out of nothing. Anyways, I think the Seahawks are going to win this weekend. And I think they're going to win by 5, I guess, because I'm picking them. So I'm going Seahawks on that. I do think the Patriots are going to win the AFC East, though, with Cam Newton. I think they're going to do it, even though Tommy's gone. I think Belichick is going to come through, and the Patriots are going to be good, but they're going to lose this game. All right. Saints, Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders. How's that look for you? Did you get used to the LV on the bottom? I didn't really. It was weird. Couldn't really notice it. But anyways, the Saints got to win by 6. They're getting the Raiders are getting 5.5 here. Saints beat the Buccaneers game 1, week 1 looked pretty good here. This is the Monday night matchup. The opening of the Las Vegas' new stadium. I wonder how the air quality is going to be out there. Obviously, with the fires raging through, I'm assuming it's going to be an issue, as it seems to be an issue everywhere across the country, even in Europe now. I'm hearing really crazy stuff. But they're opening up a brand new stadium. I mean, they opened up that Rams stadium last weekend, and that place looked beautiful, man. Like the Coliseum, they got the pole. That place looked crazy. And they were dealing with air quality stuff, obviously, back then, too. So that's going to be interesting to monitor. But this is going to be happening Monday night here. And like I said, the Raiders are getting 5.5. They'll have momentum with the new stadium, but no fans, so it's not really the same. I'm going with the Saints here. I think the Saints, as always, Sean Payton are going to have another good year. Yeah, that's pretty that simple for me. They got to win this game by 6. I'm going to go. This is a tiebreaker game, so you got to pick the score as I do every week. I am going to go 27-17 on this. They're going to win this game by 10. And that's that. All right. Submit the picks. That's what we did, baby. That's what we did. All right. And that was the week 2 NFL picks. I will be back next week for some more picks. Peace. All right, so those were my picks, and as always, if you gamble using my picks, don't blame me, but you can thank me if it works out. Either way, I did tell you that I wanted to mention about my betting experiences this past week, as sports betting is now legal in Illinois. It's illegal in Wisconsin, but if you cross the border, you can make your bet and then come right back. Shit, there's a Thursday night football game. I'm thinking about driving an hour down. I actually don't have my car right now, because if you listen to the beginning of this, my car's in the shop because of that goddamn criminal. No, but really though, so what I did week 1, I'll tell you about some of my bets. The NBA bets I made actually worked out. I made a little money in the NBA. That Raptors-Celtics Game 7, I made money on that. I took the Celtics and I took the over on points. Both those things worked out. I did the same, I think, the next night, and it missed by like a bucket, so that was pretty upsetting. But I did the same with the 3-way parlay. No. This was a 2-way parlay, sorry, and it was the over on the points, and they missed the over by 1 fucking point. And a guy missed a free throw in the last minute. It was already a blowout of a game anyways. But going to the NFL, let's talk about that. All right, so I made my first real NFL bet. Well, I told you guys about the DraftKings one to start the season on Thursday, where I got that. So that's where I got some money to start with, which was pretty nice. You make it easy, basically $50 on that. You bet 50, made 47. So won that one for the Chiefs. But I also tried another fancy parlay, which was I'm trying to remember here, the wide receiver. It was Will Fuller to score 2 touchdowns. It was the Texans to keep it close, and I forgot there was one other. It was a 3-way parlay. I didn't get. I don't think I got any of them, so that didn't work out. But then for the Sunday games, I made the Bears. I picked the Bears to stay within. I think it was 3.5 or 2.5 against the Lions. They ended up winning, so that worked. So that was the first part of my 3-way parlay. The second part was the Buccaneers to cover against the Saints. Touchdown Tommy did not come through, so that did not work out. And then the third part of that parlay was an over-under for points. It was the what game was it? The over-under. It was under though. It didn't hit. I can't even. I'm trying to remember what game it was. Oh, it was the Arizona Cardinals game, and the over-under was like 48, and I think they got to 44. So that did. Oh, Cardinals versus Niners. So that didn't hit either. So I was unsuccessful in that regard. I haven't decided what bets I'm going to make this weekend, but I'm going to make some bets. And hopefully I'll be more successful, and I'll tell you about my successes next week. I'm not going to make some random bets here on the air for you guys and then put some weight on my bets, because I just don't know yet, guys. I just don't know. I basically wanted you guys to just know about my successes and failures. I don't want you guys to use my advice. No, if I was good, if I was a shark, if I was an expert gambler, I would give off my advice here, But I just want to chat. I just want to give you just some stuff to talk about. Easy way for me to talk about football is with this. I never thought I'd be that interested in like the sports betting now, but I got to tell you, I really am. So maybe this become a bigger thing on the show. I don't know. I don't have enough money to gamble like that anyway, so I don't think it's a problem. Don't worry. Don't come after me, guys. And I really don't spend that much. I swear. What am I trying to defend myself against my wife here? I don't know. We're going to get out of here. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of The David Lopez Show, presented by Passion Park ENT. I appreciate it. If you found Passion Park ENT because of the news segment, then let me know, because that'd be a very interesting thing. Then I would know that me wearing that sweatshirt on the news actually came through in the clutch. Because currently I have no idea if it did. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in as always. If you are on, YouTube, or if you're on the Apple Podcast or Spotify or anything, please, do whatever it is that platform does. And what I mean by that is follow, share, like, comment, subscribe. Any of those things really helps out. And it also means the world to me. It's just cool. I love doing this podcast, and we're going to keep doing it. We're coming up on 100 here, so that's exciting. So stay tuned for more. One love. Enjoy yourself. Be safe out there. Holla.